Whoa, deep fried pizza, never heard of this. Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm a dual UK and American citizen, and today I am telling you why Scotland is my favorite place to visit in the UK. So I do live in England, and there's quite a few places in England that I would recommend visitors go and that I enjoy going myself. But if I had to choose between Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England, and I have been to them all, I would say that my favorite always comes out as Scotland. Now, on the topic of Scotland, before I jump into the video, I just wanted to let you know that I have about 4 spaces left available on a really amazing adventure in the Scottish Highlands that I'm running from September 4th to September 10th of 2022 this year. I'll put a link to the full itinerary in the description below so you can check it out, but it's going to be a total of 16 people, including myself and my husband, and we're going to be starting in Edinburgh, heading up to Inverness, the Isle of Skye, finishing back down towards Oban, and heading back to Edinburgh to finish off the trip. Along the way, we'll take a distillery tour, see castle ruins, take a ride on the Jacobite steam train for some amazing scenery, see the Highland cattle, and even follow along the shores of Loch Ness. The price per person, which I'll put up on the screen now, includes all accommodation for 6 nights, all transportation for 7 days, including the ferry to the Isle of Skye, the Jacobite steam train, and a very comfortable coach that we'll be traveling in. It includes all breakfasts, 2 group dinners, the expert driver / tour guide, in addition to me, who I will be also on the tour, but we will also have an expert on Scotland, entrance to Edinburgh Castle, an Edinburgh walking tour, a distillery tour and tasting, as well as the Armadale Castle and Gardens entry on the Isle of Skye. We've currently got a good mix of solo travelers and couples and people who are traveling as a pair of friends. It's really open to all ages and to any nationality. So whether you're a Brit who wants to explore more in your own backyard, whether you're an American who wants to explore more of the UK that you wouldn't get to on your own, wherever you're from in the world, you are invited. And like I said, my husband and I will be on this tour, so you'll be traveling with us and 2 of us plus 14 people from around the world. Like I said, I do have around 4 spaces left. The deadline to decide if you're coming is going to be relatively soon because the accommodation in the Scottish Highlands is booking up. Again, it's beautiful. There's a pent-up demand for travel. September is going to be an amazing month to be there. So if you do want more information, want to sign up, are interested, want to learn more, want to chat about it, definitely make sure to leave a comment below. I will make sure to check all the comments on this video to make sure I don't miss anybody. Alternatively, and probably easier for you and for me, is to email me at girlgonelondon@gmail.com. So you can email me directly if this is something that you're interested in. Like I said, we would love to have you no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter whether you're a solo traveler traveling with someone else or there's a group of you. I will have a wait list as well, so definitely get in touch if this sounds exciting to you, and onto the video. Okay, so I made a list of the 5 main things I love about Scotland because every time I go to Scotland, I have an amazing time and I always look forward to going. I have never been to Scotland and not had an amazing time, and I think it's down to these 5 reasons. I know Scottish people, there are a lot more than 5 reasons to love Scotland, but these are my reasons. The first one, friendly people. So I have noticed that in general, the Scottish tend to be much more outgoing than their English counterparts, particularly in the south. So in the north of England, it is more of an outgoing culture, but where I'm from, I guess I'm not from here, but where I live, is going to be a little bit more subdued and less outgoing. When I go to Scotland from here, I always feel like I'm around people with a more American sensibility of outgoingness, if that's a word. People in Scotland have just consistently been so welcoming, so friendly, so ready to talk, to get to know you, even if you're strangers. And I just really feel that the culture in Scotland and how they relate to each other is definitely more similar to how I'm used to in the States, and that level of being outgoing and warm and welcoming. So that is always really nice when I go there. I know I start up conversations with people, random people, And it's always kind of met with an equal enthusiasm to talk, and that's really, really nice. So number one, friendly people is one of my favorite things about Scotland. Number two, the scenery. Scotland is, I mean, it might be the most beautiful place in the world. Whether you're driving through it or when we're just staying there, or you're next to a loch, which is a lake, or a mountain, or just driving down a road, it all just looks, for the most part, particularly in the more rural areas, in the highlands, and outside of the cities, it just looks like a postcard. Now, I've spent a lot of time in Perthshire, near a town called Crieff, if you're familiar, so I'll insert some pictures here of that area. That's the first area that I fell in love with in Scotland, but also nearby are the Trussocks, and we went there a couple of years ago for the very first time and explored things like Loch Katrine, which if I could buy a house on Loch Katrine right now and sell my house in Southeast England, I would absolutely do it. So, so, so beautiful, and it only increases the further north you go. You've got the Isles where you can look at these pictures that were taken in the summer months, and it genuinely looks like you're standing on a Caribbean beach, but it's in Scotland. Just the mass amount of beautiful natural scenery in Scotland, I fully believe it's probably the most beautiful place in the UK and one of the most beautiful places in the world. The third reason I love Scotland is deep fried pizza. So I had never tried deep fried pizza, and I didn't realize it was a thing until we went to a fish and chip shop when we were in Perthshire one time, and we ordered fish and chips, but then I saw pizza on the menu, and I'm a big pizza fan, so I was looking at the options, and it was saying like battered pizza or deep fried pizza. So I was like, whoa, deep fried pizza, never heard of this. So I start talking with the guy running the shop, and he's showing me how they're taking these basically miniature individual pizzas and either just deep frying them or battering them and then deep frying them. Oh my God. Obviously I had to try one because when in Scotland, and also I love deep fried things because I'm American and pizza, it was amazing. I have not found a deep fried pizza in a fish and chips place down in England. Maybe they're closer. I don't know where the cutoff is of where this stops being a cultural thing, but I would highly recommend anybody who's ever in Scotland. They also do like deep fried Mars bars and other deep fried things because they're amazing, but deep fried pizza, so good. It's the joy of pizza times 10. You won't regret it. So that's third on my list. Deep fried pizza in Scotland is heaven. Now, the fourth reason I love Scotland, and something that I didn't know existed until I visited Scotland for the first time, is something called Ceilidh dancing. Now, if you had written down the word Ceilidh and then asked me to say it, I certainly wouldn't be pronouncing it correctly like I am now because it doesn't look like Ceilidh. But that is how it's spelled. And it's basically a social dance with Gaelic folk music and different patterns of dance that they teach the people there to kind of all do together. So if you're American, think of it like a barn dance. So you've got somebody who's the caller, and they're going to be basically teaching everybody these dance moves. And they're not necessarily like you're on your own boogieing. It's like a group dance or paired up. So the caller teaches you the different dances that you do, the different steps for every song. Everybody does it together. Often people mess up and it's funny. Sometimes you'll have more professional people who actually know the dances and it's really fun to watch them. But this is a really popular thing to do like at a Scottish wedding, often maybe at like a leisure resort or a Scottish hotel or something. That might be the entertainment on the weekend or in the evenings would be a Ceilidh dance. It's really fun. You don't have to have you don't have to know how to dance. I certainly can't dance. But as long as you just follow the instructions and work with your partners and, you know, half the time you find yourself just like holding hands, running around in circles. It's really fun. And it's definitely something cultural that I love about Scotland and I really look forward to doing when we head up that way. So the fifth thing I love about Scotland is there is a Scottish pride that more closely resembles what I'm used to in an American sense of patriotism. And I'm not comparing the Scottish and the Americans in any way, but saying having a pride in your country and where you're from is definitely prevalent in Scotland. Culturally, Scottish people love that they're Scottish. They want to share things with you about Scotland. They want to tell you why they're proud to be Scottish. And there's a national pride that doesn't exist in England. It doesn't exist in the same way. That's a whole different video. And to me, I really enjoy that. I think it's completely fine and appropriate to be proud of your country, to have pride in who you are and your history and what you have to offer. And so you'll see a lot of like Scottish flags and just people in general who are very proud to be Scottish. I find it's a very positive atmosphere, and because people are so proud to be Scottish, like I said, they're really willing to teach you and to tell you stories and to help you get to know the country. I've even noticed this with my Scottish viewers here on YouTube and in my Patreon. You Scots just really love to share about Scotland and all the reasons why it's wonderful, and I think that that is a really great thing about Scotland. Now, I did write a bonus down. So number 6, the bonus. Reasons why I love Scotland, the Scottish accent. Now, depending on where you are in Scotland, I might have no idea what you're saying. Particularly a Glaswegian accent can go straight over my head. But in general, the Scottish accent, I mean, who doesn't love a Scottish accent? It's a lot of the Scottish accents will feel very sing-songy, fun, friendly, warm, fun to try and imitate, fun to listen to. The Scottish accent is just a really pleasant one to my ears. So I'll go ahead and do that as my bonus, the Scottish accent. Now, I know there are many more reasons to love Scotland, so comment below, let me know your reasons why you love Scotland or why you'd like to go. Again, if you would like to join us or are thinking about joining us and want more information on the Scottish Highlands tour from September 4th to September 10th, make sure to email me or comment below. My email is girlgonelondon@gmail.com, and comment below. I will make sure to go through all these comments to make sure you're not missed, but we would absolutely love to have you no matter who you are. It's really going to be the adventure of a lifetime for a lot of people, and definitely want to make sure that my YouTube audience has a chance to get in on this as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.